After my divorce, I stayed with my brother Josh. Josh and I haven't been on speaking terms since I dated my now ex-wife Lisa. When we were in high school, Josh dated Mandy, Lisa's best friend. After a week of dating, someone started spreading rumors about Josh. Josh claimed that Lisa did it out of jealousy. Lisa wasn't happy with Mandy dating because she wanted to have her friend all to herself. Lisa, of course, denied everything. Since then, Josh and Mandy stopped communicating with Lisa and me. After school, my brother and I married our sweethearts and moved to different towns. After 5 years of marriage, Lisa found a new lover and divorced me. When the divorce was finalized, Lisa admitted that she was responsible for those rumors, but not for the reason Josh thought. The thing is, Lisa dated me because I had the best grades in class. In her mind, my success in school indicated that I would become rich and powerful in the future. But reality soon hit her after we got married. Despite finishing school as a valedictorian, I still had to start at an entry-level job. I guess Lisa ran out of patience because she ran off with some tycoon. And just when things couldn't get any worse, my house burned down due to faulty wiring. I was trying to find a place to stay when I got an unexpected call. It was from Josh. He said that Lisa was telling everyone on social media about the divorce and her new lover. I told Josh about how my house burned down. After hearing that, Josh offered to let me stay at his place for a while. I was surprised to have this sympathy from him. It seemed to me that Josh wanted to bury the hatchet. Before I could accept, I asked Josh if Mandy would mind. Josh said that Mandy left him 3 years prior for reasons similar to Lisa's. I figured that Josh was doing this out of sympathy, given that we've shared the same problem. But it wouldn't be until I moved to Josh's place that I learned the real reason why I was invited there. After putting my stuff in the guest bedroom, I had some beer with Josh in the living room. We were catching up when Josh told me about Baby Jim. Baby Jim was an old baby doll Josh kept in his room. My brother gave me one rule: leave Baby Jim and his stuff alone. Baby Jim was to be kept in his crib at all times, with his toys and bottle full of milk with him. I laughed at Josh's rule, thinking he was screwing with me, but then I saw how serious my brother looked. Josh led me to his room, where he showed me the crib. Sure enough, Baby Jim was in there, with toys and a bottle full of milk. The doll had golden hair and deep blue eyes that looked like they were staring right at me. It was swaddled in a white blanket, which seemed a little too tight for a real baby. I asked Josh why he had a baby doll to begin with. My brother told me that the doll was his responsibility as it came with the house. I decided to ignore this situation as I was too upset with my own problems to care. I rarely saw Josh, even when we were both in the house. Sometimes I'd pass by his room and hear whispers coming from it. I was getting a little worried about Josh. I was grateful for everything my brother had done for me, but caring for a doll as if it were a real child doesn't precisely define rationality. I used to chalk it up to some coping mechanism for the divorce. But one incident made me realize that there was more to this Baby Jim nonsense than I thought. I just returned from work when I got a text from Josh. His boss was having a birthday celebration after closing hours, and the whole department was going. Josh asked me to babysit Baby Jim until he got back. I rolled my eyes as Josh gave me some instructions. All I had to do was refill the baby bottle and make sure Baby Jim and his toys stayed in the crib. I didn't want to enable Josh's delusions, but I didn't want to risk destroying our relationship either. I entered Josh's room and approached Baby Jim's crib. The bottle next to the doll was empty, so I took it to the kitchen to refill it. I was heading back up the stairs when I heard a small thud. I headed in the direction where it came from and found myself back in Josh's room. I looked around and saw a picture lying on the floor in front of the dresser. I went to pick it up when I heard it. The unmistakable sound of a baby crying enacted from Baby Jim's crib. I can't describe how I felt as I turned to the crib. I looked inside and saw that baby Jim, the doll, was crying. His skin was unnaturally pale, and the doll now looked like a real baby. Fangs began to protrude from the creature's mouth as it thrashed around in its blanket. I screamed as I bolted out of the house and down the sidewalk. Just as I turned to see if the monster was chasing me, I ran into one of the neighbors. He went off on me, asking what's the matter with me. He was about to grab me by the shirt when he noticed the baby bottle on the ground. I was so scared that I forgot I was holding it when I ran. The neighbor's anger quickly subsided and he asked me where I came from. I told him that I was living with my brother and gave him the address. The neighbor went silent before telling me that I should move out. It turned out that the whole neighborhood knew of baby Jim and tried to avoid Josh's house. The house that my brother lived in had a dark history. A history that Josh either didn't know about or didn't believe in. Many years ago, a couple named Clay and Rebecca Masterson lived in that house. They'd been trying to have a baby for a long time. At some point, Clay decided to seek help from black magic. Without telling his wife, Clay consulted a warlock who agreed to help him. All he had to do was bring a baby doll to him. Clay brought a baby doll to the warlock the next day. It was the same one baby Jim was when I first saw him. The warlock casted a spell on the doll, which, according to him, would turn it into a real baby. Clay thanked the warlock before returning home with his future child. Rebecca was furious with her husband when he told her everything. But after some convincing, Rebecca agreed to go along with it. The spell did work, but not in the way the Mastersons expected. When the doll came to life, it took the hideous form I saw it in earlier. It ran around the house, wrecking everything and sometimes attacking the couple. Rebecca demanded that Clay get rid of the monstrosity. He, however, refused to do so as he loved baby Jim. It seemed that Clay's desperation for a child was so severe that he was willing to look past baby Jim's antics. Fed up, Rebecca packed her things and moved in with her brother. Clay didn't care so long as he had the child, if you would even call it that. Years passed, and Clay continued to care for baby Jim. But one fateful day, something went wrong and baby Jim killed Clay in his sleep. After that, whoever moved into that house had to care for baby Jim, just like Josh. This must have been the real reason why Mandy left my brother. I'm now living in a hotel until my house gets repaired. Josh never contacted me after that day. I tried to call him, but he never picked up. Josh probably felt guilty for dragging me into that mess. All I can do is hope that he escapes baby Jim before it's too late.